Hello, my friend. I love you. Well, it's good lighting. I look pretty okay right now, but I am so exhausted. I am running on less than 4 hours of sleep. Thankfully, because I had the amazing opportunity last night to be a part of Good Morning Britain's live Oscars special broadcast from Los Angeles. And I want to take a moment before I get into everything Oscars and more to thank every single person on the team over there at Good Morning Britain for regularly having me be a contributor on the show and for asking me to be a part of such a truly special night. I had a blast. And if you missed it earlier today, I posted perhaps my favorite segment that I was on. It was me talking about the drama with Spike Lee when the Best Picture was announced and it went to Green Book. I'm not going to go too much into the Oscars because I talk about it on the podcast. And it was great to have Booker to bounce off of me because he shockingly disagreed with me a lot. I thought we were going to be really in agreement about the Oscars, but we weren't. That podcast should be out tomorrow morning or afternoon at the latest. But I really thoroughly enjoyed the Oscars. In fact, y'all did too, because ratings were up by more than 9% for the Oscars over last year. I think not having a host, getting rid of a lot or most of the montages, and trimming the fat really worked for the show. And also, Lady Gaga was a big tune-in for people. They wanted to see her perform with Bradley Cooper on TV for the first time. They also wanted to see if she would win. She did. The performances, for the most part, were okay. Nobody was exceptional except for Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper. I thought they were next level. One of the best performances in the history of the Oscars. Queen was okay, but I felt like I was seeing them in concert. And when I want to see them in concert, I can. When I'm watching the opening of the Oscars, I want it to feel big. And it didn't feel big enough to me. There wasn't fireworks or, I don't know, on the top of a building or dancers or a choir, whatever it is that they wanted to do to make it bigger. They didn't do anything. In fact, there was very little production at all. There was no numbers. Usually, either the host or performers will have spectacle, and it was lacking in spectacle, and I missed that. So hopefully they can put it back in next year somehow without bloating the show and the time. I would say J Hud was fine, Bette Midler was fine, the country duo was fine. Right up there with Gaga was Olivia Colman's acceptance speech, which I loved because she was not expected to win. It was an upset. And, it's something where every actor has imagined themselves up on that stage and practiced some kind of acceptance speech, but you could tell that she really wasn't expecting to win. And I love that there were so many emotions washing over her. You could see them all, but she wasn't overcome by emotion. She was hilarious and emotional. Her husband and Gaga and everything. It was great. And I enjoyed it even though I didn't watch a lot of the nominated movies. Like probably a lot of y'all didn't watch a lot of the nominated movies. I think they should definitely add that popular film category next year. I also think that they need to trim the Best Picture nominees to just 5. Because maybe then it'll be like, you know what? I can commit to seeing 5 movies, but there's something about, 8 films. I don't have time for that. I got 3 kids. Y'all are busy too. But it wasn't just about the award show. It was about the after parties as well. And O to the M to the G. Guess who went to Madonna's after party? Lady Gaga. They were seen hugging. They were seen taking photos together. How nice that they've been able to make up. I don't expect that to happen to me and Gaga. I'm not Madonna. She doesn't gain much from making up with me. And I don't really want to make up with her. I mean, not that I would have a moment of peace with her and a hugging it out in private. Not that there's anything wrong with them doing it in public either, you know? I don't care. They probably still don't like each other in private. Taylor Swift was hitting up the after parties with her boyfriend, Joe Alwyn, and in one of them, she and he were so handsy. I loved it. It's a new year, it's a new Taylor, and speaking of Taylor, keep your eye on her Instagram space. She went from barely posting to now posting. Yesterday, she posted twice. Sleuthy Swifties have theorized that Taylor is dropping something Friday, March 1st. I think it's a single from a greatest hits album. I have an itch. Based on nothing other than a guess, okay? I don't have any information. It's just a hunch. Let me hydrate. So far, so good for 4 hours of sleep. All right. There are a lot of people speculating about Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga, and so many people shipping it. It's so disturbing to me that so many, and mainly women, want Bradley Cooper to get with Lady Gaga. Yes, she just ended her engagement, but he is still with his baby mama, Irina Shayk. I don't ship that. I don't want that relationship to end so he can get with Lady Gaga. I mean, if you think that, then I don't know. I don't get that. This is real life. Let's move on. Khloe Kardashian wants Tristan Thompson in her daughter's life despite the cheating scandal. And this tweet that I sent out really got people going. I'm not saying that Tristan Thompson should be blocked from Khloe Kardashian's daughter's life, his daughter too. What I am saying is his cheating will cause that child pain when she's older. His cheating is a reflection of his parenting. And what I'm saying is I'm not going to make it easy for him. I'm not going to volunteer to give him a 50-50 split. In fact, I'm going to request sole custody if I'm her. But from the report I read, I don't think she's going to request sole custody, which to me is just like, girl, you're clearly a better parent than him. No? Ugh! On my podcast this week, which comes out tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon, Booker thinks that Khloe Kardashian chose him on purpose so that he would cheat with her. Talk about a loony conspiracy theorist. I don't believe that at all. Do you? In more Kar-Jenner news, JORDYN WOODS, the other woman, is trying to apologize, but Kylie Jenner, her former bestie and housemate, is having none of it. Neither is Khloe Kardashian herself. They're not buying Jordan's excuses, which is that she was so drunk she could not remember anything. Because they have sources, and I'm sure cameras, and who knows how else they know, but Jordan, according to the family, drove herself from that party that she was at with Tristan Thompson. If she was blackout drunk, she could not have driven herself home. Y'all, it's time for Jordan to pitch a reality show. She was spotted out in public at an event for the first time since all the scandal, and she said, "It's real, it's been real." And also, Khloe addressed Mike Fleiss, the creator of The Bachelor and The Bachelorette, who said that she would be the next Bachelorette. threatening to send her lawyers on him and sick him because he was clearly trolling her and joking. She said her life is not clickbait. It is. And you should be thankful. Or not. Maybe she shouldn't be thankful. You know what? If you don't want your life to be clickbait, stop being in a reality show. Psst. I just spit all over my laptop. I mean, seriously. The hypocrisy. Jesus. You guys, I noticed something interesting. Did any of you all notice this too? I am on fire today. Maybe lack of sleep is like gasoline. The Kardashians have started their own church. Have you been following their Instagrams? Every Sunday they have church at their place. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I just think it's interesting. In Kardashian-related news, Tyga got kicked out of a party in Hollywood for Floyd Mayweather, and he was trying to get his bodyguard's gun. First of all, why are they letting a person with a gun in a club? Secondly, he should be banned, Tyga, from all clubs going forward. Imagine if he got the gun. Thankfully, the bodyguard did not let him. Dum-dum. In other news, some JUSSIE SMOLLETT updates since we last spoke. Yes, he's been suspended from Empire. His co-stars want him fired. Ay, ay, ay. A lot of drama still on that set. Also, the spin has begun. Jussie's lawyers are working overtime to try to convince the court of public opinion that he is not guilty. And they wanted to let it be known that he was very happy with his salary on Empire, making $125,000 an episode, casting doubt on the alleged motive that the Chicago PD said he had. They may not know the real motive, but they sure have real facts, real proof, evidence against him. Who needs Wendy Williams? You got me. From JUSSIE SMOLLETT to more drama in Chicago, R. Kelly was finally arrested. Yes, and charged with 10 counts of aggravated criminal sexual abuse. Several of those, 3 of the alleged victims were listed as between the ages of 13 and 16. And guess what? R. Kelly is still in jail right now when he was processed Friday morning. That's several days in jail. It has to do with him owing his baby mama. Yes, he was married and had kids. Hundreds of thousands of dollars in unpaid child support, according to the baby mama. So until he gets that sorted out, his butt ain't getting out of jail. I say keep him there as long as possible. You know, we got to have due process, though, still. But hopefully this is what it takes. This is it. This is what we've been waiting for. Justice, finally, I hope. In more dumb people doing dumb things, there was this body cam footage that was released of that rapper LIL Pump getting into a shouting match with police officers. First of all, he's not black. He's Latino. Not that that has anything to do with it. I just wanted to let y'all know. And secondly, I am not going to get into a fight with the police. Does that make sense? I mean, even if you could try and think you could sweet talk your way out of it, even if you're not going to sweet talk your way out of it, by being a D-bag to the police, you're just going to have extra charges against you. So silly. Ay, ay, ay. In other news of the legal kind, New England Patriots owner Robert Kraft was charged with soliciting prostitution in Florida with video evidence against him. And listen, I'm all for sex work if that's what you want to do. I think sex work should be legalized in America, but where he did it, it was part of human trafficking, and these women were forced into sex work against their will. These Chinese immigrants, so awful. I wonder if anything will happen to that guy. Any repercussions? Probably not. The NFL should make him sell the team, but they won't, right? They won't. It's the good old boys club. Speaking of professional sports, did you guys watch Ja Rule's NBA halftime show performance for the Milwaukee Bucks home game? Oh my God. I'll have the link down below, as I have the links down below always to everything that I talk about, so you can read, see, or hear more. It was so bad. So bad that it was good. At one point, he asked the audience to make some noise, and they didn't. At another point, he said, "It's 90s night, and they picked me, a 2000s artist." In other news, Donald Trump has been sued by a former campaign staffer who he claims, who he forcibly kissed, according to this woman. Read all the details down below. Also, drama with Nicolette, Sheridan, Harry Hamlin, and Michael Bolton. You guys, I love old people drama. I love old people drama almost as much as young people drama because I'm old, you know? And I care about these people, even though they're older than me. I did not know this, but Nicolette Sheridan is on Dynasty. She's playing Alexis, the new CW version. But when that gets canceled, she needs to get on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, because she will be a great addition from Desperate Housewives to Real Housewives. Basically, the drama was that Lisa Rinna and Harry Hamlin were drudging it up again, that Nicolette Sheridan, cheated on Harry Hamlin with Michael Bolton, and she called it fake news, and it was just delicious. I love it. I said I would talk about this, so I am. These two trans teenage women competed in Connecticut in the indoor track championships, and the two trans teens came in first and second. There's so many questions I have. Do they just identify as trans? Have they began transitioning? They're still in high school. I'm all for inclusivity. However, I also think that equality is important. So I think scientifically there must be a way to determine what the norm is for the level of estrogen in a woman. And maybe there is an elevated norm for female athletes. Whatever that norm is for these female athletes, these other competitors should fall in that norm of estrogen, and it should be regularly monitored, I think. What do you think? We talk about it on the podcast, and Booker thinks that trans women should compete with men. I don't believe that. Let me know what you guys think. Meghan Markle's baby shower was super lavish. Link down below for more details. And I just wanted to end with that because that's a positive thing. In fact, it was so lavish that Meghan Markle's friend, Amal Clooney, gifted her with a private plane ride back to London. It's not that lavish, actually. When I first read it, I thought, ooh, expensive. But she just let her tag along. Amal was flying back to London. George Clooney must be rolling in it if he lets his wife fly private all the time. Not first class. I mean, does Amal Clooney really need to be flying private? No, but hey, it's his money. Do with it as you want. And actually, you know, if you've got $100 million in the bank, I mean, it just depends. I guess if you have $100 million in the bank and you're always making a lot of money, then it's fine. I read that it's just $200,000 from New York to London to fly private. I love you. If you enjoyed this, and I hope you did, please help me grow this channel. Hit the like button, leave a comment, follow, subscribe, share this video. Do you believe in life after love? I love you. I love you.